right. So I'm Jordan Smith. My artist name is Jody Regal. I started making music right when I got home from college, so probably almost 4 years ago now. Um, I just finally decided to take that little leap and just start like letting people hear my stuff and posting it on socials and stuff like that, and really trying to make that push to do that. I'm really interested in a lot of things though, mainly music, but I mean I model and stuff too. Acting is something that I'm really interested in. I was in a music video almost 2 years ago with another artist that's local here to Austin, Taisha Renee. So I'm looking to do more of that too. But mainly my focus is music right now.
Nice. So wait, so I remember you dropping a song, I think on SoundCloud while we were in college. So it was like we're all busy and stuff, but I remember like listening to on your story and like, okay, he actually sounds good, like recorded.
Yeah.
Would have thought like you were more into like sports at first, but like that was like a natural thing. So I thought it was such a like huge shift.
Yeah, man. Honestly, that song was just me out of boredom, bro. Like keep it a buck. Like I was an athlete, been an athlete my whole life. So like that was my main focus. I went to school on a football scholarship at Tarleton State University. And then one day I was just kind of like, bro, like there is literally nothing to do. So let me just mess around a little bit. I found a beat on YouTube and I just kind of start. I mean, I've always freestyled, you know what I'm saying? Like I've always been really into music. I always freestyle. So I just kind of put that song together and I was kind of laughing at myself when I made it, and I was like, "Bro, people got to hear this," because I was like, "It's actually kind of good." So I put it on the story, and everybody was like, "Hey, yo, let's hear that real quick." And so I
Yeah.
just put it on SoundCloud, and people were liking it, and I was like, "All right, like it was a joke," but I kind of followed through with it. Like I've always written stuff. I got my notes is full of just random freestyles, raps, and stuff. So it was interesting to see it kind of come together for myself too. I kind of surprised myself.
But that's so cool because like it's just like cool to find like a random new hobby that you really enjoy. So it's cool that you're also like into modeling because I feel like that goes so hand in hand with, you said you were in a music video. And so like that works well with the music as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I kind of got into that modeling stuff in college too, man. Like me and my girl at the time, we kind of just, I mean, she was a big influencer at the time, still is. But she had a shoot and I took her to it. And I mean, I was just sitting around and the photographer was like, "Hey, bro, you want to get in it?" And I was like, "You know what? Why not?" You know what I'm saying? So tried that out and I really enjoyed it too. So I was just like, maybe this is something that I can continue doing.
Yeah, it's cool because I was at New York Fashion Week and I wanted to link with her, but I didn't have the time to. And so it's like cool to realize like honestly, you could do New York Fashion Week. You're the height of it, like, and the fact that you're a creator as well, like, is very like beneficial for brands and wanting to like collaborate with people that are good promotionally and stuff. So that's actually
Yeah.
really neat to like have multiple interests and to see just where it goes.
Hey man, I'm talking to a New York Fashion Week model, man. So you know what I'm saying? I might have to take that little flight and just, roll the dice sometime.
Yeah. And it's not even just like New York Fashion Week, like there's so many fashion weeks. There's like LA Fashion Week, Miami Fashion Week. And so it's like if one place isn't like your look or like it's not your like city cup of tea or something, luckily there's all these like cities now that are like really putting stuff on.
Yeah.
And it's like also good because I think it ties with like the musical aspect of like performance.
Yeah, for sure. And performing is actually really new to me, man. Like, I mean, sports is a different type of performance, right? But I don't really have to do nothing. You just got to go out there and produce. But like, actually, like the creative process of like putting together a song, making sure that it sounds good, how you want it to, and then being able to translate that onto stage in front of people, like, and keeping them engaged is something that I'm really trying to work on too. So I'm trying to find more shows and more opportunities to actually get up there and do my thing and showcase what it is that I've been working on. So I can see that being like my next big
Yeah.
challenge, like really finding my groove on stage and stuff. So
So wait, I never really thought of it like that. So the fact that you were like being an athlete and you're doing that in front of so many people, do you think that naturally gave you just like confidence and not having anxiety performing music wise?
I think that that has a large part to play in it for sure. I know my dad was real big on us like speaking in public, like public speaking was his thing. So um, even as a kid, like he created like a poetry ministry at the church that we were members of when I was young, and so we're his kids. So you're gonna get up here and do it. So we kind of like spearheaded that type of thing, and sports kind of did help with that, because it was just like, bro, like it doesn't really matter who's watching, like you still have to do it, like, and you have to do your best at it, and you rehearse this type of stuff. So it kind of gave me that presence of mind, like, bro, like it's not about them, it's about you, how you present it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? It's what's going to matter at the end of it. So I would attribute a lot of that, what I'm saying, confidence to sports
That's
for
actually,
sure.
I never really thought about how that, because I'm just now realizing like sports being a performance in a way, because like just thinking of Kobe, like he was just so good at that in a way. Like he was, I don't know how to explain how I think of why I think of Kobe when I think of performance in sports, but like it's like hand in hand. It's entertainment. So, but sports is, y'all are just so in a mind already. So I feel like shows like performing, that can be different for sure, because you have to think of like, I want to display what I'm doing, but also what is good for audience to stay engaged.
Yeah, facts. Connecting to people in the audience. And I think that that's one of the biggest things that I see is going to be different with performing music. Because in sports, like you said, like you're already in the mindset. Like we got to go out here. We've been preparing for this all week. Like we know what they're going to give us. The people in the stands don't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're doing music and, getting up on stage, if you can have one of the best songs in the world, but if
Mm-hmm.
you don't connect with the audience, they mess around and boo you off a stage or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So finding that level and finding that groove and, really connecting with the people in the audience is, what I'm saying, something that is going to be a challenge for sure.
That makes sense. So this year so far, I know you've been doing performances in Austin. So how's that been going? And what do you plan on doing the rest of the year?
Yeah, man. I actually have a couple new opportunities that just came across my table, man. I know Elgin, Texas, where we're from.
Yeah.
There's a couple other artists out there that are doing their thing, man. I really like what they're doing, and they're really kind of pushing this forward, especially being from Elgin, because a lot of people are like, "Well, Elgin's not Austin," so you know what I'm saying. They're kind of trying to divide us that way. So, um, CNF Bucks, he said that he wanted to put together a show, like a small show at the daiquiri spot right there in Elgin, Third Coast Daiquiris and Wings.
Nice.
And I just slid up on his story, and I was like, "Bro, like." If that's what you're trying to do, like, how do I get involved? Like, if there's anything that you need help with, like, talking, like getting vendors there, artists there, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be involved, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and help out where I can. So
Yeah.
I talked to him, and I think he said, and I don't want to misquote him, so I ain't gonna say too much. He said sometime next month, March, is when he's looking to put that show on. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, I can get a slot up there and do my thing. I just talked to the founder of Black Diamond Authority LLC, Amos Hobson. He also went to Elgin.
Hmm.
Um, and he has an event coming in July, I believe. And I actually just spoke with him yesterday. So hoping that details are finalized in the next month or so. You know what I'm saying? But he's running that whole thing. So I'm gonna
Nice.
let him do his thing. And he said if I wanted a spot to perform, it was mine to have. So we got some things rolling, and I'm excited for those for
It's
sure.
so good because it's like whenever I just feel like when people work in multiple roles of something, it gives them more like an advantage of understanding the process of something. So it's good that you're willing to help like him just plan and coordinate it all to make it happen, because I think people want, they're like, why am I not getting this or why am I not getting that? And it's like, are you helping your community to make it happen?
Yeah,
Like, so it's good that you're actually like working with people that want it too. They're just on a different side of you. And like that's how all things grow. And it's good that people in Elgin are doing something like in Elgin. I haven't been to Elgin in so long, like because
So different, bro.
yeah,
So different.
my family moved to Manor as soon as I graduated. So like that's just so out the way. And like I bet it's grown. And there's so much people that are so talented music wise from Elgin. I don't think people realize like the school was actually really good at the arts. And I think also being outside of the city like allowed people to have to get creative because we didn't necessarily, unless you had a car, you weren't driving into Austin every day, unless your
Not
family,
for real.
you're not going every day. So like people had to come up with creative things to do, or you get trapped in like getting into drugs or things like that. So like
Yeah.
that's really good.
For sure. And I think that my biggest push right now is learning the business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because while I do want these opportunities for myself, like I want to be able to help create opportunities for other people. Because I know I kind of when I came home from school, I was just making music because I was enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? Me and my homie, he makes beats, I write poetry, I rap. So it was just something to hang out with the homies. But I was like, bro, like we can sit in this room and make music that we think is great all day,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying? What else is there? Because I mean, you have to evolve in this thing. You know what I'm saying? It just like everything else. Otherwise, you'll just kind of let it go. So if there wasn't anything else for me to do as far as music, then I probably would have just let it go. So
Mhm.
I kind of reached that point where it's like, you know what? I know that I can make songs that I like. Other people like my songs, but what else is there? You can go and perform, but like, what does it take to get that show rolling? You know what I'm saying? And if you can help out anywhere, you're gonna learn just by being affiliated, just by being around it and watching what goes down. You learn from failures too. So I think that was my biggest thing when I wanted to help out with the shows that I just mentioned.
You're naturally just smart. We've known that forever. So like it's good that you understand that aspect of things because that's even like how I like to work. I like to work backwards. So like some people might be like, why did you take a lower paying job than that one? And it's like because in that low paying job, I'm around what I need to know for what I want to do, or like I feel like I'm learning more. So sometimes it's like or people want everything to be paid all the time. Like, I'm not going to help them unless they're giving me a check. What do I get out of it? And it's like just being in community or like learning from people is just as much power. It shouldn't necessarily always be about the money or like being the star of something. You know what I mean? Because it takes a village for anything to look good. And I think it's good that people realize like it's just so much more than even just the art. The business side is so important.
The community for sure. And I think that that's one of the biggest things that we need to focus on as creatives, like creating a community that can, cultivate those opportunities,
Yeah.
and broker them out to wherever they need to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Allocating those opportunities to people that you see that are trying to do their thing. They just need that extra push. And I had to learn for myself that people are willing to help you if you're helping yourself. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? If they can see that you're helping yourself, opportunities will come, and they'll naturally come. People are watching, whether they say something or not. People are watching what it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
And I thought for the longest time, I was like, man, people don't be watching my socials, but like
They
they
do.
are. You know what
They
I'm saying?
do. I'm gonna even like huge people, like famous people on burner accounts watching.
Yeah,
Wow.
just watching stuff.
Because at the end of the day, everyone was at a position where you can just see in someone when they have something. And like like newer, fresher faces and something have other ideas someone might not have just because they don't have 20,000 followers or whatever doesn't mean their existence and their art isn't valid. Some of the people that I know that have done the biggest things that I would love to do or like people would all love to do, like don't even have social media. So it's like people shouldn't even look at numbers like that ever.
Yeah.
Like just view it as like sort of like a digital portfolio or posting what you love, and people are going to resonate with it or not. And I just don't think any of that matters.
Thanks.
So what are you thinking about when it comes to um like just future goals? Like how do you see your career music wise progressing in like 5 years?
Okay. So You said in 5 years.
Yeah,
So
what would
I'm
you
kind
say?
of I'm thinking in the future already,
Good.
right? So I pretty much have this year sewn up with like music that I want to put out. I have releases scheduled. I need to schedule shoots and stuff like that. Work on like dealing with like what do you call them? Uh they do like graphic designers, you know what I'm saying? For like album covers and stuff like that, trying to find people that I like to work with, videographers, photographers, graphic designers, people that can make the whole thing work, right? So that is my monthly plan for the rest of 2023. 2024, I really want that to be a big year, man. So I'm actually working on trying to put together like a real cohesive project. And I really want that to be like something that I really enjoy doing and a really big learning experience. But 5 years, man, honestly, dude, like that, I haven't even thought that far forward. I'm in 2024 thinking, and I'm like, bro, I really want to put a project out. But if I had to sit here right now and say 2028, what's in store for Jody Regal, bro? I want to be booking shows. Like I really want to be booking shows and like really moving around and trying to like, spread what it is that I have. You know what I'm saying? Growing the awareness. I really want to do like big shows, man. Like Austin, Texas is live music capital. You know what I'm saying? So South by Southwest, ACL,
Yeah.
moving around, meeting other artists that are in the same kind of line and lane that, and finding people that I would really like to work with.
That's actually really cool because like yeah, Austin's live capital of the world, but like Tennessee got stuff going on, LA, there's everywhere, every city has like some cool stuff. So I believe it's possible, even if it's not an official lineup, people are throwing events everywhere all the time, or just going up to a club, just going up to a venue. Can I perform? Sure. Bring some live music in here, like even
Yeah.
like that time I went to see Ebbs at a performing at a amazing restaurant downtown Austin. I was like, this is so cool. Like, who would have thought this would have been like this, So there's other opportunities too where it's not even necessarily a festival where it can work out.
Yeah. And I think that that's cool too, man, because I've been watching Ebbs grow as an artist, bro, for the longest, bro. And I remember she would send me a song just kind of randomly one day because I always knew that she sang just growing up with her. But she hit me up and she was like, hey, tell me what this sounds like. And I was still in school and she sent it to me and I was listening. I was like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like I would play this I would play this often. Like this is actually really good, man. So really to see her grow, man, like that kind of inspired me too. Cause I was like, bro, like I saw where this came from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we always saw it. So to see her moving around, even when she was still here in Austin, and I
Yeah.
would just see her like do her stuff, bro. I was like, that's what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's an organic growth. Like, I just took a shot. Like
Yeah.
that I could do it. So I went ahead and do it, and people gravitate to that, man. I
Thank
think
you.
that's also what's going to build confidence with myself personally as an artist. Just being able to put myself out there. You know what I'm saying? Even when I don't know if I'm going to get that opportunity or not. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the yeses or nos. It's about, you know what I'm saying, the experience that you get from whatever it is that you're doing.
Definitely. That's exactly what I like. She's very inspiring as a friend, as an artist. Like, she was one of the first people where I just hit her up, like, I want to learn more about music. And she was like, oh, just come with me to the studio. Like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. So, like, it's cool to like really see everyone's progress. And, there's White Boy Splash and oh,
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, he doing his thing. Like,
Yeah.
he's popping, you know what I
And
mean?
even Lil Teddy, man, like Lil Teddy, Dex, Rico, like,
All of
you know what
them.
I'm saying? We just name dropping in this thing
Yeah,
now.
but I just
But
have
but
to.
look, bro, like it's
Like,
just
you
so
brought up
much
Elgin,
talent, bro.
I don't think people realize like Elgin truly is coming with it.
See,
So
we were like the country cousins that everybody tried to push to the side, you know what I'm saying? So it's just cool to see everybody doing their thing, man. And I
yeah,
really I try to support everybody as much as I can because it's like, bro, like if anybody can do it, man, it just opens that door that much wider for
it does.
everybody else to go ahead and get
Yeah.
in.
I think that's good process for people to realize too, because like if you help your friend and then you help your friend, like if everyone's eating beautiful. Now we all have work. And I think it's good that you said you're also planning your month to month of like people you want to work with in terms of like graphic designers, photographers, stuff like that. Cause that's amazing. Cause like it doesn't necessarily have to just be your friend. Like I feel like just working with a friend sometimes might not even be the best just because y'all are friends, y'all are gonna work together. It's like finding someone that truly resonates with how you want to present yourself and trusting them within that and building that like business relationship. And I think that's so important.
Yeah, man. And like I said, I got to perform at the pre-roll. I got the last slot. That was my, it was technically my second performance because I went to a show 2 years ago and I just, you know what I'm saying, something went south. So they was like, do you want to perform? I was like, yeah, for sure. But I walked into the pre-roll, I got that last slot, man. And because of that performance, the people that were in the audience, also creators, man, I got a lot of networking done in that small amount of time. You know what I'm saying? And I went to go and record with some guys in Waco, Unreal Imaginations, man, like really cool group of dudes, man, that put on shows. They have their own stage equipment. They record. They have artists that are underneath their umbrella, man. They're doing a lot of stuff just in Waco, Texas. And I never would have, you know what I'm saying, knew that they existed for real if I didn't, you know what I'm saying, just go and try to take that shot. You know what I'm saying? The girl that just did my photo shoot for the song Sweater that I just put out for Valentine's Day, she was at the pre-roll too, and she was just a photographer, but she just performed at the Smoke and Chill yesterday. She did a poem on stage. You know what I'm saying? So just being able to meet all of these creators and everybody that wants to do their own thing, you know what I'm saying? Like that's valuable. That's invaluable to me. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't put a price on that. You can grab inspiration from anywhere.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
those working relationships are hella.
Yeah, it's those connections too, because like it allows you to just focus on what you want to do when you can just have your friend or connection help you with what they want to do. Like you don't have to do all aspects of business. And that's something I need to learn to do is like let go of all sides of doing things and find someone that really wants to get into that. And, you know, it's like stop spreading yourself so thin all the time. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I got to learn the graphic design now. I got to do this. I got to do some. It's just like, no, collaboration is the best part because that then
delegate that workout, man.
Yeah, especially in the art world, because to me, it's like if you're not like, I find it like I find projects just fun. Like even if it's not exactly art, like in business, project management is something I really enjoy, and I enjoy it because you're like solving a problem or building with people. I'm a people person. At the end of the day, I'm introverted, but I can be a people person. So it's just like feeling those connections and knowing building something with someone is a good feeling.
Sure.
So we have about 3 minutes left. So do you want to discuss some of the like music that you just released? I know you just released a song on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, man. So Sweater is a single that I just put out. And that was actually pretty recent. I have a lot of songs that I have made that I'm just like, I just kind of need to empty the vault so I can, what I'm saying, create more stuff. But Sweater is actually a pretty recent song that I made maybe about a month ago, man. I was like, dang, where would I put this song? I was like, I think Valentine's Day would be a cool time to put it out just because of the content. You know what I'm saying? It has a nice little almost R&B vibe, but it really was just a poem at first. You know what I'm saying? It was just kind of like something that I just wrote down. I literally woke up out of my sleep and I was just like, let me just write this real quick. So I had my notepad by my bed, wrote it down, and then I typed it out on my phone once I woke up for real. And it came together pretty nice, man. Like I really enjoyed doing it. Me and my boy like Mike, you know what I'm saying? He makes all of my beats right now. So, you know what I'm saying? Me and him have a really good working relationship. Then the song that I performed at the pre-roll in December, Daydream and Freestyle, that was something, man, that like the pre-roll inspired me to write that song. For real. I went and I saw Taisha Renee and I saw LYS perform at the pre-roll. And I just kind of fell in love with the environment, man. Like it was all love in there, bro. Jay Soldier, DJ Napalm, they was up there and they low-key called us out. I was sitting in the back, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't being engaged. I was just gonna sit in there, smoke my little J, and chill out, just watch the show. But they was like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Like we ain't gonna crowd surf on you or nothing like that, bro. Like You know what I'm saying? So I got involved, bro, and like the energy was just great in there, bro. And when I left, I was like, bro, I'm not coming back until I got something to give to this platform. You know what I'm saying? And so when I sat down at home, bro, I just sat there and I was in the studio with Mike, and I was like, man, I got something, bro. Like, play me a beat. I got something. And I just kind of started going. You know what I'm saying? And it came out really well, bro. A lot of people are liking that. So
Good. It's cool that you can get inspiration from like your environment. That's really nice, and that it can be a muse for you.
yeah, for sure. And I think that that's what I really try to focus on, man. Because if I just try to sit down and just write some stuff just to be writing, it's not gonna sound good to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not really what, you know what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah.
really what I want to make. So I think my everyday life is where I grab my biggest inspiration. You know what I'm saying? I walk around all day and I can see something and I was like, you know what? Like that can make me think about this. So let's write this down.
Good. So it's staying open to experiences so you can even have something to bounce off of.
For sure.
That's good. Well, thank you so much for this interview.